Title: The Weight of Emptiness. Part 1. The Heights of Success. Nathaniel Gray stood in his penthouse, the sprawling city before him like a living tapestry. The skyline glimmered with the reflection of the setting sun, each building a testament to his vision and ambition. He was a celebrated architect, renowned for his innovative designs that reshaped urban landscapes. Yet, as he gazed out at the twinkling lights, a hollow ache resonated in his chest. Despite the glamorous parties and accolades that adorned his life, Nathaniel often found himself alone. The friendships he had cultivated felt transactional, tethered to his success rather than genuine affection. He longed for authentic connection, something deeper than the surface-level exchanges that had become the norm. He recalled the simpler days of his childhood. His father, a passionate architect himself, had inspired Nathaniel by sketching buildings together on their porch. Those moments were filled with laughter and dreams, untainted by the pressures of adulthood. Nathaniel had once envisioned a life where art and connection flourished hand in hand. But now, success felt like a gilded cage, trapping him in a world of solitude. Part 2. The Fall from Grace. The inevitable collapse came like a thunderclap. The economy faltered, and the architecture industry suffered a brutal blow. Nathaniel watched helplessly as contracts were cancelled, projects halted, and his once thriving firm succumbed to silence. The headlines blared: "Architect's Empire in Ruins." He fought to salvage what remained, working day and night in a desperate bid to keep his dreams alive. Meetings with creditors turned into a haunting ritual, each one a reminder of his impending doom. The weight of their gazes pressed down on him, suffocating his spirit. The day his firm officially closed its doors felt surreal. Nathaniel wandered the empty office, surrounded by the remnants of his career, blueprints scattered like fallen leaves, awards gathering dust in forgotten corners. It was a tomb of his ambitions, a place where dreams had once flourished, now silenced. As he moved into a small, dilapidated apartment in a forgotten part of town, the walls whispered echoes of his former life. The lavish penthouse was replaced by a cramped space filled with shadows. Every creak of the floorboards reminded him of his isolation. He sat in silence, staring at the blank walls, feeling the weight of despair wrap around him like a shroud. Part 3. The Depths of Despair. Days turned into weeks, and Nathaniel became a ghost in his own life. The vibrant city outside his window bustled with energy, but to him, it was a distant world, teeming with laughter and joy that felt completely unattainable. He retreated into himself, avoiding social interactions and isolating from those who once filled his life with warmth. One rainy afternoon, seeking solace, he stumbled into a small cafe, a place he had frequented during happier times. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee wrapped around him, offering a fleeting sense of comfort. He ordered a drink and sat in a corner, hoping to fade into the background. But as he sipped his coffee, the laughter and chatter around him became unbearable. It echoed the emptiness of his own life, a painful reminder of everything he had lost. Tears pricked at the corners of his eyes as he watched families together, couples whispering sweet nothings, children playing with unrestrained joy. Just then, a voice broke through his thoughts. "Nathaniel?" It was Clara, an old friend from his architectural days. Her surprise quickly morphed into concern. "I hadn't seen you in ages. How have you been?" He hesitated, struggling to find the right words. "I've been going through some changes," he managed, forcing a smile that felt foreign. Clara took a seat across from him, her presence a warm light in his dark world. As they talked, he shared his story, the collapse of his career, the loneliness that followed. To his surprise, Clara listened without judgment, her eyes reflecting empathy instead of pity. "I know it's hard," she said softly. "But you're not alone. You still have so much to offer." She mentioned a community art project she was involved in, a chance to revitalize a neglected part of the city. "You should join us. It could be good for you." Nathaniel hesitated. The idea of engaging with others felt daunting, but something in her voice sparked a flicker of hope within him. "Maybe I'll give it a try," he said, surprising himself. Part 4. The Light in the Darkness. As Nathaniel began to participate in the community project, he was drawn into a whirlwind of creativity and connection. He worked alongside artists, families, and children, painting murals, planting gardens, and transforming neglected spaces into vibrant community hubs. With each stroke of the brush, he felt the darkness of his past begin to lift. The energy of the group was infectious. Laughter echoed through the air as they collaborated, shared stories, and celebrated small victories. Nathaniel found himself smiling more, the weight of isolation slowly dissipating. The project became a tapestry of connection, woven together by the shared goal of beautifying their neighborhood. One sunny afternoon, while painting a mural, Nathaniel struck up a conversation with Maya, a talented young artist. Her passion for art was contagious, and she spoke with a fire that reminded him of his own youthful dreams. "Art has a way of connecting people," she said, her eyes sparkling. "It's like magic." As they painted together, Nathaniel reminisced about his childhood, sketching buildings with his father, imagining grand structures. The memories flooded back, filled with warmth and love. He hadn't realized how much he missed that connection until now. With every passing week, Nathaniel embraced the joy of creation. He began to teach art workshops for local children, encouraging them to express themselves through creativity. Each session became a celebration of imagination, laughter spilling into the air as they painted, drew, and created together. One day, as they worked, a little girl named Mia approached him with wide, curious eyes. "Mr. Nathaniel, can you help me draw a rainbow?" "Of course," he replied, kneeling beside her. Together, they mixed colors and painted vibrant arcs on the canvas. The joy on her face mirrored his own as he rediscovered the beauty of creating alongside others. Part 5. Embracing Connection. As the community project blossomed, Nathaniel formed genuine friendships with those around him. He spent evenings with Clara and the other volunteers, sharing meals filled with laughter, storytelling, and an understanding that transcended their individual struggles. They celebrated milestones together, birthdays, project completions, and even the small victories that felt monumental in their shared journey. One evening, while cleaning up after a successful art show, Clara turned to Nathaniel with a proud smile. "I can see the change in you. You're lighting up again." He laughed softly, the sound surprising him. "It feels good to create, to be part of something meaningful." "It's more than just creating art," she replied, her gaze sincere. "You're building connections. That's what truly matters." As they sat on the steps of the park, watching the stars emerge, Nathaniel realized that he had begun to weave a new tapestry of life. Each connection, each shared moment, added depth and color to his existence. The project also attracted a diverse group of participants, artists of various backgrounds, each with their own stories of struggle and triumph. One evening, a young man named Leo approached Nathaniel, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Your workshops have helped me find my voice," he said. "I never thought I could express myself through art until now." Nathaniel felt a swell of pride. "You have a gift, Leo. Your perspective is unique, and it deserves to be shared." Their friendship blossomed, and Nathaniel found himself mentoring Leo, guiding him through the intricacies of art and self-expression. They spent countless evenings sketching together, sharing their dreams and fears. Leo's enthusiasm reignited Nathaniel's own passion, and he began to feel alive again. Part 6. A New Chapter. As the community art project gained momentum, Nathaniel decided to organize an exhibition showcasing the artwork created by the participants. The event became a celebration of resilience, creativity, and connection. He invited the city to witness the beauty of their collective experiences, creating a space where stories could be shared and celebrated. The night of the exhibition arrived, and the park buzzed with excitement. Families gathered, children ran around, and laughter filled the air. As Nathaniel stood before the completed mural, a vibrant representation of their journey, he felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. "Thank you all for being a part of this journey," he addressed the crowd, his voice steady yet filled with emotion. "Through the act of creating together, we've built not just art but community. I've learned that even in the darkest times, there's beauty to be found in connection and creativity." The applause that followed felt like a warm embrace, and Nathaniel looked out at the faces illuminated by joy. He felt a profound sense of belonging, a realization that he was no longer alone in his journey. Part 7. The Embrace of Simplicity. In the months that followed, Nathaniel continued to nurture the connections he had formed. He spent weekends exploring the city with friends, visiting art galleries, and engaging in conversations that filled him with inspiration. He found joy in the mundane: the scent of fresh bread from a local bakery, the laughter of children playing in the park, the warmth of the sun on his skin. One sunny afternoon, he decided to host a picnic in the park, inviting everyone from the community art project. As they spread out blankets and shared food, laughter filled the air. Nathaniel watched as children played, adults shared stories, and friendships blossomed. Clara leaned over to him, her eyes sparkling with joy. "This is what it's all about, isn't it? The connections we create." Nathaniel nodded, feeling the warmth of gratitude wash over him. "Absolutely. I never realized how much I needed this until I lost everything." As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the park, Nathaniel felt a deep sense of peace. He had learned to embrace the beauty of life in its simplest forms. The laughter of friends, the joy of creating together, and the warmth of community filled the empty spaces in his heart. Part 8. A Legacy of Love. Years passed, and Nathaniel's impact on the community continued to grow. The art project evolved into a nonprofit organization dedicated to fostering creativity and connection among residents. He organized workshops, exhibitions, and community events that brought people together, creating a ripple effect of joy and inspiration. One day, as he stood before a group of children in a workshop, he noticed Mia, the little girl he had painted with, struggling to express herself. Her brow furrowed in concentration as she stared at a blank canvas. Nathaniel approached her gently. "What do you want to create?" "I don't know," she admitted, tears welling in her eyes. "I can't draw like you." Nathaniel knelt beside her, offering a reassuring smile. "You don't have to draw like anyone else. Your art is your voice. Just let it flow." With encouragement, Mia picked up a brush, her confidence gradually building as she painted. Nathaniel watched with pride as she poured her heart into the canvas, her creativity shining through. In that moment, he understood the profound impact of connection, of helping someone else. It was a small act, but it resonated deeply within him. As the sun set on the horizon, casting a warm glow over the workshop, Nathaniel felt a profound sense of fulfillment. He had come full circle, embracing the beauty of life's simplest moments. Part 9. The Gift of Connection. One evening, as Nathaniel sat on his balcony, he reflected on his journey. He had lost everything he thought mattered, but in that emptiness, he had found something far more valuable, the gift of connection. The laughter of children, the warmth of friendship, and the joy of creating together filled his heart with a sense of purpose. He picked up his sketchbook and began to draw the skyline, but this time, it was different. He included the park where he had built connections, the cafe where he had rekindled friendships, and the faces of those who had become family. Each stroke of the pencil was a celebration of life, a reminder that even in darkness, light could be found. As he finished the drawing, he felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. Nathaniel Gray was no longer just an architect of buildings, he had become an architect of connection, weaving a tapestry of love and creativity into the fabric of his life. In the end, he understood that life is a journey of ups and downs, filled with unexpected twists and turns. But it is within the simplest of things, a kind word, a shared smile, the beauty of art, that we find the true essence of living. And as he closed his sketchbook that night, he knew that he was finally home. Part 10. A New Horizon. The years flowed on like the gentle river that wound through the park. Nathaniel, now a beloved figure in the community, embraced the role of mentor, guiding not only young artists but anyone seeking connection. He organized annual art festivals that celebrated creativity, diversity, and community spirit. The events became a joyous gathering, bringing people from all walks of life together. One afternoon, during preparations for the next festival, Nathaniel stood with Clara, watching the vibrant murals covering the walls of the community center. "Can you believe how far we've come?" she said, her voice filled with nostalgia. "It feels like just yesterday we were painting in that empty lot." "I know," Nathaniel replied, a smile spreading across his face. "It's incredible what happens when people come together." Their bond deepened as they worked side by side, often exchanging dreams and aspirations. Clara confided in Nathaniel about her desire to open an art therapy center, helping those struggling with emotional challenges through the power of creativity. Nathaniel's heart swelled with pride. He had always admired her passion for helping others. "Let's do it together," he suggested, enthusiasm bubbling within him. "We can expand our nonprofit to include art therapy programs. We can make a real difference." Clara's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Really? You'd want to?" "Absolutely," Nathaniel affirmed. "I believe in the power of art to heal, just like it healed me." Part 11. The Unforeseen Challenges. However, the road to their vision was not without obstacles. They faced bureaucratic hurdles, financial constraints, and moments of self-doubt. At times, Nathaniel felt overwhelmed, the specter of his past failures looming over him. There were nights when he doubted their mission, wondering if they could truly make an impact. During one particularly challenging week, as they prepared for the festival, Nathaniel found himself sitting alone on the steps of the community center. The weight of responsibility felt crushing. Just then, Maya, now a burgeoning artist, approached him. "You okay, Mr. Gray?" He looked up, forcing a smile. "Just thinking." "You know," she said, her voice steady, "you've done so much for us. You brought us together. Don't forget that." Her words resonated deeply, reminding him of the ripple effect of his actions. He realized that even in the face of adversity, the connections they had built were resilient. Inspired, he stood up, straightening his back. "You're right, we can't give up now." Part 12. A Moment of Triumph. The day of the festival arrived, bursting with color and energy. Nathaniel and Clara watched in awe as families filled the park, laughter and music weaving through the air. The murals they had created together told stories of struggle and triumph, of resilience and hope. As the sun began to set, Nathaniel took to the stage to address the crowd. His heart raced as he looked out at the sea of faces, families, artists, children, all there to celebrate the power of community. "Thank you all for being here," he began, his voice steady. "Today isn't just about art, it's about connection. It's about how we lift each other up in our darkest moments and celebrate the beauty of our shared stories." The applause that followed felt like a warm embrace, and Nathaniel realized he was surrounded by a family he had built, piece by piece. After his speech, he wandered through the festival, absorbing the joy around him. As he stopped by a booth where children painted their own masterpieces, Mia rushed up to him, her face aglow with excitement. "Look, Mr. Nathaniel, I painted a rainbow." He knelt beside her, admiring her work. "It's beautiful, Mia, you've captured so much color." In that moment, Nathaniel understood the true essence of life. It wasn't about success or accolades, it was about these connections, the laughter, the creativity, the shared moments of joy. Part 13. A Legacy of Healing. In the months following the festival, Nathaniel and Clara launched the Art Therapy Center, welcoming individuals from all walks of life. They transformed the old community center into a vibrant hub of creativity, offering workshops, healing sessions, and a safe space for expression. One evening, as Nathaniel led a session for adults struggling with anxiety, he watched as they poured their hearts onto the canvas, sharing their stories through art. The atmosphere was filled with vulnerability, healing, and connection. At the end of the session, one participant, a man named David, approached Nathaniel, his eyes glistening with emotion. "Thank you for creating this space. I didn't think I could express myself, but tonight, I felt seen." Nathaniel felt a surge of fulfillment, realizing that this was the legacy he had always wanted to build, one of compassion, healing, and connection. Part 14. The Cycle of Life. As the seasons changed, Nathaniel found himself reflecting on the cycle of life. The once barren streets had transformed into vibrant canvases, each brushstroke a testament to resilience. The children he had mentored were now blossoming artists, each with their own unique voice. One afternoon, while walking through the park, he spotted Mia and Leo painting a new mural together. Their laughter echoed in the air, a melody of youth and creativity. Nathaniel watched, filled with pride, as they collaborated, their joy palpable. He approached them, and they greeted him with enthusiastic smiles. "Look at what we're creating, Mr. Nathaniel," Mia exclaimed, pointing to the mural taking shape before them. "It's incredible," he replied, his heart swelling. "You both are going to inspire so many people with your art." As they painted, Nathaniel shared stories of his own journey, of the struggles he faced and the joy he found in connection. He saw the spark of understanding in their eyes, a recognition of the power of resilience. Part 15. A Full Circle. Years later, as Nathaniel stood at the podium for the annual community festival, he couldn't help but reflect on how far he had come. He looked out at the crowd, the vibrant murals surrounding him, and the faces filled with hope and connection. "Thank you all for being part of this journey," he began, his voice steady. "It's not just about art, it's about the love and support we share." It's about finding light in our darkest moments and celebrating the beauty of community. As the crowd erupted in applause, Nathaniel felt a sense of belonging that he had longed for. He had created something far greater than he had ever imagined, a legacy of love, connection, and healing. As the sun set over the horizon, casting a golden hue over the park, Nathaniel understood that life was an ever-evolving journey. The simple moments, the laughter, the creativity, the friendships, were what truly mattered. And as he embraced his community, he knew he had finally found his home. Epilogue. The canvas of life. Years later, Nathaniel often found himself wandering through the park, watching the next generation of artists flourish. He saw children painting, adults sharing stories, and the spirit of connection thriving in every corner. One evening, as he sat on a bench overlooking the mural that had begun it all, he reflected on the journey of his life. The empty spaces had been filled with love, creativity, and connection. Each brushstroke, each moment shared, had woven a tapestry of resilience and hope. As the stars twinkled above him, Nathaniel felt a profound sense of gratitude. He had lost everything, but in that emptiness, he had discovered the beauty of life's simplest joys. He understood that true wealth lay not in material success but in the connections we create and the love we share. And with a heart full of hope, he closed his eyes, ready to embrace whatever came next on this beautiful journey of life.